having students purchase Kindles now, and the worry is Kindles are going to kill libraries. And so I have to ask you, these Kindles, first of all, let me tell you what let me give you some of the numbers before I go into the questions. Hold on a second. Now, new Kindles run from about $200 to $500, but you can purchase a book on there for about $5 versus a $30 hardback. So you will make it up over time.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Yeah, but it is hurting libraries and things like that. Well, so let me. What did you want to say? Something?
Let me explain the Kindle in case someone doesn't know what that is out there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. A Kindle is a product from Amazon, and it's an electronic book reader. So basically, it looks kind of like a PDA, like a Palm Pilot of sorts, but its main function is to read electronic books, so that it has a touchscreen, so you can literally turn the pages. It's an interesting device, and you buy books through Amazon and through the Kindle. I think just through Amazon, but I think there's talks of third-party companies developing books for this. But basically, you just buy an e-copy of the book that is yours to read on the Kindle or keep it as a file on your computer.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can read it on your computer. I'm not sure about that. But basically, it's just an electronic book reader. And they're being used to replace libraries now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you think about kids using Kindles instead of ink and paper books?
I actually like it. I think it's gonna save a lot of money in the long run. I really do think that. You run into a problem because you can't really require kids to buy that because that's a really expensive purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have I don't know, getting them to Kindle is tough, but I like that. I think it's going to save room. It's going to save money because if you're only paying $5 for a book, you're saving $25 a book per kid. Because you can get textbooks on there.
Yeah.
So I think the school's going to save a lot of money that way. But you run into problems, though, because librarians are going to lose their jobs. What happens to all the ink and paper books that are gone? Do you just scan them into like a local database, or like what happens?
I'm not sure. I mean, what happens to public libraries and what happens to these centers for knowledge and communities when everything is separated and personalized and things like that? I mean, does that concern you at all or not?
No, because the public library only makes money off of late fees. So the only thing that
they're not like
and
the people who work there can't possibly, I at least hope not. There are usually volunteers.
Yeah,
so it's not like there's jobs that are pending on a public library. But
yeah,
still, I thought I would ask.
So it's interesting. I think what will happen with the public libraries is they will continue to have the ink and paper books for those who don't have a Kindle or who prefer the traditional.
I'm sure they're going to be. They have to be around for seriously 20 years or so. I mean, and then. If for some reason they are completely obsolete, think about taking down that kind of infrastructure and what to do with the books. So it's going to be a while.
Yeah, what I think will be interesting is how the libraries are going to address the Kindle. Are they going to have some kind of subscription service where you come in and only use these books while you're there, or you have to check them out? I don't know how that would work. But I think eventually down the road, once these things come down in price, that public libraries and institutions such as universities and schools will embrace this technology, and eventually I think ink and paper books will not be used as much as they are now.
Okay, so you think schools should invest in this?
I absolutely. Like I said at the beginning of the article, I don't know how you're going to get the students to buy it, but they need. I think they should do that. I mean, it covers not only cost cutting, but it's environmentally safe because you're not using ink and paper. I mean, there's a multitude of reasons that you could use this, and I think you can justify that purchase if you have the capital to do it.
I think that would be amazing if public libraries embraced it and you could check out a book from a Kindle. That's just a ridiculous
thought.
That
would be incredible.
Sorry. That's just crazy. Okay. Now Marcus has our next topic. Go ahead.
A Des Moines citizen is sorry, I'm lost my train of thought. A Des Moines citizen has gone to the city of Des Moines zoning board of adjustments and is trying to allow the city to trying to get the city to allow him to use 100 square feet of his basement floor to sell guns and in a residential area. He says that he will only sell to law enforcement and only if they have a current badge. He is a reserve officer in the Des Moines Police program, the Des Moines Police Department. He's a reserve officer. And he said he's only going to sell guns to people who work for the police department or any other police department, I understand. And the guns will not be stored on site. They'll be stored at a post office box, I believe is what he said. And then He would directly go from there.
How do you hold guns at a post office?
I'm not exactly sure. The other interesting thing is that he carries a lot of. He's been reloading his ammunition for years, and he will sell the ammunition at his place, right? So he'll have the ammunition at his house, but not the guns.
What do you
mean?
What do you mean reloading his ammunition?
I don't know what that means. It was in the article. I was just like, is this guy shooting stuff in his bag? I don't know.
What else
anyway,
do you do with ammunition?
So the interesting thing that came out of this is that under municipal law in Des Moines, you can have 40 pounds of gunpowder in your house. That's just extreme.
So unnecessary.
Anyway, so the basic point of this is that he's trying to get the city to let him use his residential area as business to sell basically ammunition, but guns that will be off-site. It's a really strange article. I mean, I'm sorry if my summary was horrible, but it's just weird.
So, okay.
Do you think he should do it?
I want to make sure I understand. This guy has guns at his P.O. box.
That's my understanding, yes.
Okay. So he has guns at his P.O. box or something, somewhere in the post office, which is based on past postal worker tradition. I would not keep guns at a post office. But, and he's selling them to law enforcement in the city of Des Moines and then keeps gunpowder in his home.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on?
I don't know if it's like, it just says ammunition, so I don't know if it's beyond like a pistol, if he's like shotgun rounds. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, so what's your question? Sorry. I just wanted to make sure I had that.
Do you think that the city should be allowed, the city should allow him to conduct this business in his basement?
No. I think this sounds ridiculously shady and odd and very difficult to regulate him. Although, I mean, you don't have people sitting at gun stores either. But why does it have to be in his basement? Literally, I mean, it's literally underground, and then it sounds really like there's something sneaky and underground going on. So I don't think he should be allowed to do this, although it's his own home, so he can have weapons, but he can't be selling them. I don't know how he's allowed to sell them because he's got to have a commercial license. Doesn't he? There's got to be a license involved.
I don't know if that's why my question about this is all the regulation is like, I don't know if it's your personal property that you bought and used. I mean, because I don't know. You have to have a license to be a car dealer, but you can sell your car without going to a dealer to another person. I don't know if it's like that. I don't know. It's just really weird. But
so what did now? I couldn't find any quotes from them, but maybe you read. Were there any quotes from officers who had purchased stuff from him?
No, that was the weird thing.
Any evidence going on there? Is the police department backing him? Whoever his customer base is. I don't.
This is just so strange. I don't know. There's nothing from anyone but them and then the city council representative.
Now they unanimously supported him. Oh, jeez. What? Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. So
they pushed the issue off until tomorrow.
Okay, well, I don't think he should be able to do this.
How would you feel if you were his neighbor?
Exactly. I don't want 40 pounds of gunpowder sitting in the garage.
Well, that's not saying he has it. It says he could have that.
It sounds like this guy might have it, but that's just me. I don't know.
Even still, I don't know.
All right. Well, anyways.
Anyway, the last thing I have on this really strange article is how can the city and the government be so sure that he's only going to sell to law enforcement? How are they going to regulate
They won't. There's no way to regulate it at all. I mean, I don't really know how gun stores are regulated, so I'm not sure how much different this is from him owning a gun store. But seriously, no, I'm not. There's a man selling guns out of his basement, and it's not necessary. If he's that dedicated to this, he should just open a gun store. Yeah. Then he doesn't have to have a P.O. box to get his weapons.
Yeah, it's whatever. That's all I have.
I just think that's funny that
one of those weird news
them
stories.
At the post office. Sorry.
Whatever. It happens. Go on.
All next article. Our next topic. Nancy Pelosi wants to change the name of the public option. Now, this is pretty much all based around all the negative energy. Geez, I'm a psychic. No, the negative... Jeez.
Connotation?
Thank you. I've been at a loss today. All right. The negative connotations of the word public option that's been created by conservatives. And some of her newer ones would be the consumer option or the competitive option.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, see, she is not back at Washington yet, but when she goes, she's going to kind of spread this idea around and just try and see if this could actually help the debate. Now, what do you think? Do you think changing the name